Hi, everybody. How's it going? Thank you for all coming. This is awesome. Is anyone new to this out there? I think you're all veterans. Oh, wait, we have some new people. Oh, fantastic. Well, welcome. This is the Beaverton Library Story Slam. And we've done quite a few of these now. My name's Blaine Ross, and this is my partner in criminal and non-criminal activities over here in La Valley. We co-host a Story Slam usually about 3 to 4 times a year. This is one of our favorites. It's the June Travel Slam. The stories are meant to be travel themed, but as you all know, everything in life is a journey, so pretty much anything fits that theme. We have quite a few tellers tonight, I think, so I'm just going to real quickly kind of refresh the rules. There's not too many of them. The first one is the stories must be true, and they have to be told from memory. You may not read your story. And they're meant to be 5 to 8 minutes long. We do allow a little bit of wiggle room, but if you go too long, if you get into that 10-minute range and it doesn't look like there's any danger of you ending, you're going to hear something like this. Oh, she's not very aggressive tonight. There we go. That's a 10-minute. The other one was maybe the 8-minute, like your time's up. You might want to think about wrapping it up. Yeah. Okay. We try not to shake the rattle, so you probably won't hear it. What else am I forgetting, Ann? Talk to me. Before you tell me, I'll tell you one thing. We have most of the tellers are returning tellers tonight. I think we have one new teller. So we just pull the names out of the hat and we read them, and you just come up in that order. And then at the end, we do a little drawing from the hat, and whoever's name comes out gets a $10 gift certificate to the book corner, which is right across the way over there. So now what else am I forgetting?
Cell phones?
Oh yeah, if you got cell phones, if you get silenced, I mean, I just had to turn mine back on, and I don't think I've silenced it yet. And the bathrooms are just right out here in the hallway. I've got the doors just propped open. You will notice that we have spotlights on the stage. I hope they're not too bright for the tellers. We like to have some stage lighting, and we are also filming the show, which is why we have a microphone. Because the tellers often like to see themselves. I post the film on YouTube, and I can tell you how to get to that channel. If you want to leave your email, we have a survey that you can fill out after the show. You don't have to fill it out if you just want to write your email on there. If you've already given me your email, you don't need to give it to me again. I send out the emails to people, before about a month before the show, and then a week to just remind people. And also, there was something else I was going to say. This old age thing is kicking in. I've noticed that a lot more. Oh, I know. No, I don't know. It'll come to me. It'll come to me, and I'll tell you about it after we've had a teller. So we're going to start with the returning teller. I will adjust the microphone stand as necessary. If you want to use the microphone and walk around with it, just take it out of the stand, and you can do that. We can shift the stand away from the stage. One other thing for the tellers, if you could just kind of adjust. If you get too close, it gets too loud. If you get too far away, you can't really hear. So the sweet spot's kind of a couple inches from the mic, so you can hear yourself pretty well up here.
Okay, our first teller is Mike.
Mike, come on up. I'm guessing it's Mike. Is it Deveni? How do you say your last name, Mike? Deveni. Come on up, Mike. Yeah. You know what? I got some news for you. Mike just retired today from LaSalle. He's a high school teacher. It's his first activity after retirement. Congratulations. All right.
Since our theme is traveling, come with me on a trip down memory lane 60 years ago. I was a first grader at St. Peter's Catholic School. I was a little guy, but it was a big year. Lots of memories. Walking to school every morning with my sister was always fun. The nuns all wore these blue and black robes that swirled around them, so when they walked, they looked like they were floating. And I remember in the spring, the 5th grade boys asked me, a 1st grader, to play wiffle ball with them after school. That was major 1st grade cred. And I remember my 1st grade teacher, Mother Regia. They called her Mother because she was in charge of the entire school and all the nuns. And on top of that, she was my mom's best friend. But the memory that formed me the most that year happened on the day that I told my very first lie. Here's how it happened. My sister Mimi got nominated by the faculty to play this really important role in the May Festival, a month-long celebration of Mary, the Mother of Jesus. And that meant that she was going to have to stay after school every day to rehearse, which meant that I could stay after school every day and play wiffle ball with the 5th graders. But there was one really hot day, and the 5th graders canceled. So I was left sitting on the steps, waiting for my sister. I got thirsty. And then I remembered, there's a Coke machine down in the cafeteria. And 60 years ago, a Coke only cost a nickel. But here's the thing, I had the nickel. What I didn't have was permission to go back into the school building. But I was 6. I was ready to live on the edge. So I went for it. I checked for nuns. Then I went through the doors and headed down that stairwell, nickel in hand. Now, I don't know if it was the sound of the nickel going to the slot, or just the truth that all nuns know when a boy is doing something wrong. But Mother Regia just appeared. She was hovering across the cafeteria, arms folded and staring at me. Then she started to float towards me. And she reached out her hand and she placed it on my shoulder and said, "Young Master Michael, who gave you permission to be in the building?" Now you've probably seen those old cartoon shows where there's an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other, both trying to win your soul. Those two never had a chance. That lie came out of my mouth so quickly, even I believed it. I looked Mother Regia right in the face and said, "Hi, Mother Regia. Sister Mary said I could come down here and get a Coca-Cola." And she believed me. Then she said, "Just to be careful, let's make sure you drink that outside where you won't make a mess." So as I reached up to use the bottle opener, I looked to my right, and there was Sister Mary. She had heard the whole lie. I was trapped in a 2-nun vice. They were coming at me. And as they got closer, my brain panicked and said, "Hey, it's fight or flight." So you can't hit a nun. So I ran right under Sister Mary's arms, up the steps, out the doors, and I ran all the way down to College Creek Bridge before I stopped to get some air. And I looked at my stupid, unopened bottle of Coca-Cola, and I threw it into the creek, as if getting rid of the evidence was going to do me any good. And then I walked home. And as I came to the backyard, I looked up, and there was my Aunt Ozzie in the kitchen window, and she was waving. And I yelled up, "Hi, Oz! Mimi's still rehearsing! I'm going to stay out here and play!" And she just waved again. What I was really trying to do was avoid all human contact. And it worked pretty well, even at dinner. I just made sure to say please and thank you, and I smiled when I was supposed to. But actually, I was eating as fast as I could because I just wanted to get to my room and be alone. When I got there, I tried to do homework, but arithmetic and reading didn't matter anymore. The only thing that mattered was that phone was going to ring. And when it did, it would be Mother Regia calling my mom to tell her what I had done. But the phone never rang. I went to bed that night thinking, she's going to call in the morning. But she didn't. Mimi and I walked to school, and she noticed I was kind of quiet, but she didn't push it. When we got there, she just waltzed into the school and headed for the choir room, and I trudged up the stairwell to the academic hallway. And when I opened those doors, it was this long, dark, shadowy hallway. And at the very end of it was a 12-foot statue of Jesus dying on the cross, complete with sun coming through stained glass windows. When it comes to guilt, you can't get more Catholic than that. Now, I know Jesus loves us and he died for our sins, but not my sins. I lied to a nun. And it got worse. Mother Regia floated out of the classroom. She hovered right underneath Jesus. Again with the stare. As I started walking towards her, I began to cry. By the time I got to her, I was weeping. I was sure I was going to get fire and brimstone. But I didn't. Instead, she hugged me. And as I was crying, she got down on one knee and took out a handkerchief and wiped my tears away. Then she put a hand on either side of my face and said, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave, when first we practice to deceive." And then, with a soft smile, she pointed to the classroom and ushered me in.
Thank you, Mike. I am so glad I was raised Lutheran. Every time we've had these, I've had quite a few nun stories, and they're always really scary. Okay, Anne. Yeah.
Donna Root.
Donna, come on up.
Get over with.
Oh, no. So one of the great things about this, I just have to say, is it's a really friendly environment and everybody loves it, and it's just a great community feel, and that's why we love it so much. I think I'm glad that people feel really comfortable about getting up here and telling their stories. Yeah, that's the other good thing about the lines, you can't see, there's actually, Donna, there's like 3,000 people out here.
I threw open the door, well, pushed open the door, and was really excited. What was those lights? Because I was finishing my class at Portland State about how to teach special ed kids and adults. And I wanted to share it with my sister instead of going home and picking up my son, my 3-year-old son at that time. So I was thinking about all of this and got into my car and started out toward my sister's house. Well, it wasn't too far from Portland State University. I came to this intersection that had 3 lanes, and I had to go through them. And they were stopped at a stoplight there. So here I am, waiting. And then 2 people in their cars flagged me through and said, "It's okay, we're just sitting here." And so I started out slowly. Next thing I remember is looking at my car, and it's a mess. And I'm going, why is my car so messy? I had no idea. At the same time that I was thinking that, I felt this overwhelming love, joy, and peace come over me. And I had known what that was before because in high school I had a lot of operations. And I knew that was my guardian angel. And what had happened was, as I was going through, this car, I don't know where it came from, but it came, because I never saw it, and pushed my door in just like that a little bit. And my car rolled over 3.5 times. The cool thing is, I mean, I don't know why I'm still here, except for my guardian angel maybe, but I never hit anyone. I never hit the light pole there, or my car didn't. And I didn't hit anything inside the car. I had a gap in my head that I could show you if you want to see it. Just a little one in my forehead and a little scratch on my toe, and that's all that had happened to me. So I wasn't in any trauma. I felt relaxed. I felt peaceful, and I thought, and that was a great thing, because if I had been in trauma, I would have been really upset. But I didn't know what had happened until she told me. And so she asked me what she could do for me, and I asked her to call the ambulance and to please find my purse and my book bag. Those are the 2 things I wanted. Why did I need my book bag? Because I had to get through that course, and I had to get my master's in special ed so I could teach, because my husband had abandoned my 3-year-old and I. So I was still thinking about that. I had to, if I couldn't go to school, I had to at least have my book bag and be able to do my homework. So she got them for me, and I was able to get into the, or they took me. I don't even know how I got into the ambulance, but I was in there. And as we were going, I was good-naturedly complaining to the attendant there that it was really rough, and I was feeling fine until I got in this. And he said, oh, they're all like that. And I was going, that's not good. What is that? But I was still, feeling pretty good. Then I got to the hospital, and they, I didn't know where all my stuff was. You have to have your card and everything to pay for it. And so they called my husband, well, he was still my husband, but he wasn't living with us. And he's a policeman. So he came down, and before they did anything to me, and went into the room where they had to just put probably 5-6 stitches in my head and just put a Band-Aid, clean off my foot and toe and put a Band-Aid on it. But he was watching all the time, and he's 6'5". And I think they were intimidated because they weren't smiling. And either that or they thought I was a criminal, I don't know. But he took me home, and that wasn't too fun. Then I started getting jittery. And started feeling all the pains. He called my sister because they didn't want me to sleep at night, or they didn't want me to go to sleep because they were afraid I'd go into a coma. But I was fine. I just had some aches. But she stayed with me and talked with me most of the night, and I was okay. And I survived, and I even, it's the craziest thing, had this joy and peace. So I believe in angels. I knew I was going to come up right after the Catholic guy. Perfect timing. So I know I have angels, and I really appreciate them extremely much. I did finish my classes and graduated with my master's in special ed. I've taught all ages the little ones, the middle grade ones, even adults. I was able to go back to Portland State and supervise student teachers. And that was my most fun job that I had, because I could talk to their teachers, their master teachers, and I knew all of the ages. So I knew what was going on in all of the special ed classes. So it was really fun, and I got to know their teachers and got them through, got them graduated. And now I'm retired after 30-some years of teaching, and I'm glad for that. And I have, going to end it up on another high note here. And now I was able to teach my granddaughter. She's beautiful, comes up to hear about on me, and she's blonde and blue-eyed and really smart, of course. But I taught her how to read and write before she got into first grade, for sure. I taught her some in kindergarten. So I was able to do that. And now I get to have fun with my granddaughter. I could go on and on, but I think I should stop there.
Thank you, Donna. We're glad you're all still with us. We're all glad you're still with us. Accidents are scary. I've never been in one, but I've heard some crazy stories. So, Anne, who's next?
Charlotte is next.
Charlotte. Is Charlotte? Is she the new teller?
I think she might be the new teller.
Is Charlotte? I see her. Is she getting up? No? Yes? Maybe. Take your time. Sorry, it's a little dark.